The Hunt will most likely become a cult favorite. The Hunt is in movie theaters, and it's a political satire from the guys who brought us WATCHMEN and The Leftovers. It's a political satire that should make both liberals and conservatives laugh at themselves. Why? Because it's a fun, campy, violent comedy that pokes fun at both sides, but eventually wears out its welcome. In The Hunt, 12 strangers are kidnapped and taken to a remote area where they're being hunted. But for what reason, we don't know, but we can suspect what's going on considering most of them look like from the countryside. I was gonna say something else, but I might get in trouble. They must survive and find out why they're someone's target. The film stars Betty Gilpin in a scene-stealing performance, along with Hilary Swank, Emma Roberts, Ike Barinholtz, and Ethan Suplee. Now, the guys behind this movie are Nick Cuse and Damon Lindelof, who gave us a lot of very complicated stories, like in The Leftovers and The Watchmen. And Damon Lindelof was also a Lost writer, and he did one of the most controversial alien movies, Prometheus, which I was not a fan of, although it was very polarizing, that film. So people either liked it, hated it, or just downright the middle. Well, this movie is going to be added to that kind of a category, polarizing. While the trailers suggest the Purge-style storyline, the film is nothing like the aforementioned movie. Overblown music gets the mood going at the very beginning, informing us viewers that we are in for over-the-top ride. The body count is super high in the first hour with some psycho-inspired moments. Hopefully that doesn't give it away. Betty Gilpin's Crystal becomes the leader of the pack with her survivalist skills, although we know nothing about her past, nor the past of any of the other targets. Crystal's mastery of guns and fighting skills is pretty impressive and badass, I might add. The Hunt is filled with hilarious satire about political correctness among the elites, in quotations, but it also takes equal jabs at the targets who represent the conservative side of the argument. Once The Hunt is on, the scenes are quite shocking that it elicits a reaction from the audience for the first half of the thriller. So the fun begins to dissipate once they start explaining and giving us answers to all these questions that we might have, and it gets into the political side. And I mean, there's still some action, but it just gets too real. And I don't think we go to the movies to get a political lecturing, and that's when it kind of starts to fall apart. Although you enjoy watching Betty Gilpin, she gives such a really standout performance as a super badass, as you can see there. And you really like her, but yeah, she's super violent and she shows no mercy to anybody. So you're trying to figure out like what in her past has driven to be this angry. Ultimately, the final message is don't judge a book by its cover. And yeah, it's a commendable lesson, but I don't think we go to the movies for lessons, especially for a movie like The Hunt. Luckily, the film is only 90 minutes to lessen the blow of an unsatisfying ending. However, if you have a good sense of humor and like campy films, then you should enjoy at least a portion of it. The Hunt will most likely become a cult favorite. The Hunt is definitely a film to enjoy with a crowd, but given the coronavirus scare, I'm not sure how people are likely to go out in groups and watch the movie or any movie in general. So we'll have to wait and see how this movie performs at the box office. That's going to be a very tricky one. So let us know in the comments below if you still plan on going to movie theaters in this crazy time that we're experiencing. And hopefully it will get better, and sending best wishes to everybody who has maybe a sick one. And we're living in some crazy times, and just wanted to let you know, be careful if you do go out to the movies. Make sure you follow all the guidelines that have been presented by experts in hygiene, and we'll see you soon.